Going fly is what we're doing now. What are we doing, Stuart?
The internet can totally see us now, it says. Whoa. Hi, internet.
Is that creepy? Are they meant to be watching us? Is this intentional, or are we just sitting here and it happens to go live? What's happening?
I don't know.
You'll be happy to know 1,400 people saw the video from earlier today. We have 199 likes, 5 dislikes, and 107 comments.
I love the 5 dislikes we got on every video, at least, within the first couple hours.
It's like, it's only been 2 hours, so you have to see it, care enough to either watch it or not watch it, and then, just oh no, Robert Hayes. How did you enjoy Destination Samuel? Saw you passing on the ground a few times, but you didn't come and see me. Robert Hayes, come on, man.
Oh, man. Just nothing. My random wallpapers, that's all. Nothing dirty, so it's fine.
We go on the live. What are we live
so
betting?
Welcome,
I'm on ad
guys.
already.
Welcome, guys. Captain George, howdy. Phil, Captain Jesse, Jonathan Alvarez, Mazaris.
Nope, that is not right. That's not the right thing.
The 5 dislikes are from Gorns. Actually, they're from Russian bots that are trying to shut down Trekyards.
The Russian bot and Gorn. Oh, no, together. They've banded together.
Yes, with the Gorn.
Gorn. I mean, they're so never used in the show, so they thought we're just gonna screw up Trekyards as revenge.
Hi, dogs. The dogs say hi, I guess. Gotta love doing lives this time of day. Yep.
Yep, I have it at 10 p.m.
Hey, Ryan. Hey, Jamal. Hey, Mike. Hey, Gmon78.
Hey, guys.
Robert Yeoman. Hiya. The 5 yeah, I read that already. Dislikes are from Gorns. All right, well, today we're here to talk about... I guess we should let more people show up. I'm showing 31 on my end, but every time I say a number...
53 on mine.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. What is with that? What Discovery needs is a crew member who is totally incontinent, who also has to wear diapers. Oh, incontinent. And Till would be the diaper character. Okay. 55, 56. Oh, yes, I know. I understand that there's more people watching than I see on my screen. I see 44 now.
I'm going to post it everywhere, so...
Post it. Spread the word.
Vamp. I need to explain what the hell DS9 Season 8 is in the post, because it's kind of a confusing thing.
Yeah.
In my post.
So
I'm going to mute myself, and you can explain to the wonderful people here now.
All right. Well, as you guys know, there's a new documentary out called What We Left Behind, talking about Deep Space Nine, in which they got the writers of the show, the original writers, a lot of them together, to do a proposed Season 8. And as a result of that, we have Captain Ezri Dax. We have a new ship, which we're going to be talking about today, the USS EMMETT, which is designed by John Eaves himself, and is going to soon be an Eagle Moss ship, an Eagle Moss model. So that's something I'm excited about for sure. But, I mean, if you haven't seen Captain Ezri Dax, I'll just show you a quick picture here of her, which I just recently saw myself, literally right before this live stream started. So there she is, an older Ezri Dax with the future insignia there. So the EMMETT is a 4-nacelled ship, but we're going to get into that shortly. So if you guys didn't know, this is just what's going on with the whole Ezri thing. Season 8, proposed Season 8 of Deep Space Nine, which sounds uber exciting. I can't wait to see the documentary, personally. I know a lot of people have seen it because it's been premiered twice now.
Although some of those people I know, they didn't want to see it, but they know that it's work in progress. Or the remastered VFX are work in progress, so it's not done.
Oh.
And some of the stuff was like, well, that's obviously work in progress. So I found obviously they're using the Trek conventions is a really great way to get good words out, but it's they're showing a non-complete product everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. And I gotta say, the bottles in the background are kind of disturbing. They look very like not bottles. That's all I'll say about that. But dystopian guys here. Hello, Philip, Brandon. Yeah, a bunch of other people. They're both beautiful, though. Jadzia did have that scene with another woman. Dirty.
Yeah. Just another person, really. Another alien person. So did you donate this Indiegogo for the documentary? Are you part of the team, Stuart?
I'm not. I'm poor.
Yeah, I did, and that not the last time, but the time they brought someone else in to do like an extra bonus push, and I was like, fine. Like I know there's some amazing work that's gone into it, but I was like, fine, I'll put some money in. So I did get a Blu-ray. I do technically get like a free ticket to a premiere, although that was in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
But it was on a day I couldn't go or anything. So, but yeah, I mean, I think they can't sell Blu-rays necessarily. I mean, it's now a licensed project because it had to be given the people in it. But I don't know if they can sell stuff afterwards. I thought, get the Blu-ray while I can, because all the special features and stuff on it as well.
So, Brendan Goss is asking when season 8 is set.
I think it's like 15 years, 20 years. It's basically around the Picard show ish. I don't know if they announce exactly when, but it's a good leap. It's not the next season. There's multiple shows that I guess have the. But what if they came back 20 years later and it's one of those, which is in many ways more interesting and it's more believable because everyone's aged. Why do it next season and we look 20 years older? Just have it be 20 years later. Yeah.
Mike P says the best 2 Trekkies on the planet. Awesome. Well, thank you. That's an awesome compliment. Love to hear that. And don't forget, guys, if you super chat, we do have the animations. You get to see some great animations that have never been seen before. Some of them. Except for on the last live stream. But, yeah, they're remastered high-def stuff that Samuel has done. So you see some awesome ships doing awesome things that you might not have ever seen before. So
they are shiny.
Yeah.
Remastered shiny.
So, as always, as we say, super chats are super welcome, but definitely do that if you can. It'll get your question and comment noticed for sure. We do tend to miss a few in the live chat, and we apologize for that. We'll try to do our best. But if you really want to be seen or heard, just do a super chat, and you get an animation with it as a bonus. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And if you want to help us on a more regular basis, you can just click the link to Patreon in the description of our videos, or trekyards.com and do a donation that way as well. So
yeah, it's pretty amazing, the whole super chat system. It's really saved the channel a bit and letting us do cool things, and
it's revigorated us a bit. Cool and I see a lot of comments saying, I don't want to watch the lives, and I understand that. When I see a 2-hour live that's not live anymore, I'm like, I don't really want to watch that. Lives don't really go back and get views, which is fine. But a lot of people said, I don't like that format. I don't want to take the time to watch lives. What's happened to your regular videos? Well, obviously you haven't been paying attention, because we still do all of our regular videos, and these live ones are just bonus videos to supplement, to get you guys involved and to help out the channel as well. So it's a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, if you don't want to watch them, don't. And if you do, cool. I mean, this is an experience. That's what we found during doing these. It's we can review, we can analyze. It's not the word, but you know what I mean. But these are really interesting to talk to the audience and have a real conversation, and you can say hi and support the channel, and this has been a nice third pillar of support for the channel, which is amazing. And it's fun to talk about breaking news stuff. We did the video earlier today, but already we can have people ask questions and make us think new things. I mean, that was great yesterday when they mentioned how Laurel's makeup changed through the season. They went back and found pictures like, oh shit, this really changed perspective. It's interesting how I've gone back and watched a few YouTubers that have commented on, we'd go back to the old topic, but yesterday's topic. And they were saying, and they were again just using the Trek core image of the two, which is obviously her at her worst and her at her best. And people are only referencing them. They don't go back and look at any other pictures. And if you do, see, oh well, actually, there's more of a story.
And it's good to evolve and do that on screen live with you guys, and you guys putting in input, and oh yeah, and it gets us thinking. It really helps us out, coming up with new theories and new concepts. It's really fun.
Mhm.
Let's see here. Yeah. Captain George said 96 people in the chat and only 16 likes. Come on, guys, we can do better. Yes, go click the like button while you're watching us, and that'll help us out as well.
Yeah, I see 115 people and 28 likes. So, aha.
Well, see, Captain George did his job because the people are clicking like. So
Bring back Babylon 5. Thoughts? Well, do you want it to be a reboot, remaster? Well, everyone wants a remaster, but that's kind of tricky.
I think
that
rebooted
got
Babylon.
10 new likes while you say that, Stuart. Good
Cool,
job.
cool. Yeah. I think a remastered Babylon 5 would be good. Not a lot of people have seen Babylon 5 necessarily, so to remaster it or reimagine it, it'll piss some people off. But
What do you mean?
well, it'll piss off the hardcore Babylonian fans if they do it wrong, right? Because Star Trek is the analog for that.
But I think the TNG remasters are universally loved. I mean, that remastering and not changing them, that was incredible. So I mean, you just want a similar treatment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I certainly don't want to. A new season's fine, but in the future, if you're gonna do whatever, don't do a reboot. Do a, in continuing continuity of the old characters, because we've still got Sheridan. Bruce is still up for it. I talked to him about it. Bruce Box like
Neil Edwards asked, "Hey, are there any other designs for the new ship?" Yes, there were a few. We will cover those in a future episode, and we'll do a live on those as well. There was at least 3 concept ships that were shown to Ira Stephen Bear. Yep. He picked this one, which we're going to actually put on screen right now. Guys, don't forget about the super chats. If you can, that's awesome, because then you get an animation as well. And Samuel put a lot of time in these animations initially, and then he went back and remastered them, so they're even cooler. So
rendering was a Star Trek convention, so triple whammy of fan there.
Yes, so let's just open this thing up. There we go.
Yes.
So there she is, the USS EMMETT.
Deep Space Nine is a reimagined B5. Ha,
it is
funny.
Kind of, yes.
So there you go, Stuart. Now we talked about this on Monday, which was yesterday. In your 27 hours of digestion.
Well,
but to the fans, we don't even talk about it for around 2 hours.
Well, I went back and rewatched it today, and I'm quite disappointed that my head was chopped off here. I got to talk to you about that.
Well, framing's always different.
Frame me up a little bit higher, though, just so you can see the top of my head.
That one, I use that's one of the bonus videos. It's like I had to rush that one a bit.
That's fine. Next time, just so you know. Anyway, I was looking at the EMMETT, the picture that we have in front of us here, and I noticed that one of the comments I made about the really small nacelles is corrected in this image. This has got more beefier Enterprise E style nacelles, and that really helps the thing. But we'll talk about that more. We got a forward and back view with the slimmer nacelles. We'll talk about that. Axel Foley.
That we have.
I was gonna say Axel Foley put in £10. Any DS9
and euros, just euros.
Euros, sorry. Any DS9 station HD animation in the works? You answer that. I'm going to look for one that can relate to Deep Space Nine for him a little bit.
No, but that's a tricky one. I can do one just for you. I will, because we haven't done a DS9 one with actual animations.
There's my Captain Foley opening with the Deep Space Nine station around the planet, and then all the cannon ships in there with the. But I'd like to see that one remastered. Actually, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be a straightforward one.
As for Axel's animation, this one is kind of.
You can always play that one. You can just play that intro with the DS9.
I can. I will. Okay, yeah, I'll do that in a second. Hold on.
Show the potential, because I remember that one. I love some things, but also because at that point I was 4 computers ago, so the render power was a lot. And that was really pushing it as well. There's so many things on the screen, so that was a real 720 or nothing. Ooh, Prometheus. Yeah.
I'll play this one again, and then I'll dig that one out of the files, and we'll watch it. So yeah, we are happy about these new animations that are available for Super Chats. You get a little reward, maybe something with the Defiant. We got another $2 one. Is there a Defiant one in this list?
I don't think so.
Well, I'll play the one Samuel's talking about. And
Well,
so
I
we
can,
have to disappear off screen for just a second there.
and I can. We did a
There we go.
That's the problem, guys. Is that this is why it shouldn't be ask whatever you want because it took me like 60 hours to remaster 10, so it takes a long time. But
Well,
we actually have a
here's
Trekyards
my
animation. Oh,
here's my Captain Foley opening while he's talking. So there you go.
yeah. If you actually go back into the Trekyards, we did those. What are they called animations? Was it just Trekyards animations we called them? There's little spin-offy things because there's one with the Defiant, which is Defiant calls the reinforcements. If you play that one for the Defiant super chat, there you go. It's in your Skype now because that's got the Defiant in. Yeah, this animation's this one's I need some tweaks for that one. That's not very good.
Oh, look at that! They can see exactly what's going on. So there we go. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to fix that. Oh yeah, the ship goes down and there's a bleeding effect and all the things. Yeah. God, I need to remaster that, but I can. Where is my HD Defiant? I don't know what that's in reference to. Working Class Zero, £5. Good to meet you and your dad over the weekend, Commander. Top blokes. Well, thank you.
All right. Here's the Defiant calls for reinforcements.
Sponsored by Tangerine.
Yes, and every little bit helps apparently.
This was a long time. When was this?
I am not sure.
October 5th, 2015. So
3 years ago.
3 years up. And you can see the shitty fan, the Deredex, that's completely wrongly built. But the Defiance, that fan model is still gorgeous. And then...
Oh, I gotta...
And they do... I mean, it's good concept. I remember this was a big ambitious one for me, because they also move, and
Let's
that was a
replay it.
big ambitious one.
We're getting bonus videos, because but that's okay. We want to get these animations to be a thing, and
we're getting bonus up views for ourselves.
Yeah, check
9 comments, guys. What?
Go type in YouTube Trekyards animations. There's a whole playlist of stuff like this.
Guys, I just sent the link. Come on. You gotta watch the old animations because they're old and good. No, does that one hold up? Do you think, Stuart? At least movement-wise.
Yeah, I would say so. I've always been happy with your animations, except for when they suck, but they never suck, so it's fine.
Good. There you go.
Oh shoot!
Although I like your thumbnail character picture, working class. That's from the film with the working class guy that has a really, really bad day. I like that. I watched it a year ago, I think. Pretty fun, actually.
Hawkins and Captivate here. Yes, again, this week, as with every week, for another Trekyards mission briefing.
What?
Oh, it's playing another video, and I don't know where it went. Oh, it went down here probably. There it is.
Gmon78, £5. Yes, the best currency. Do you think the Picard show makes the Captain Worf show any more likely to happen now? I talked to Mr. Michael Dorn about that in person at the event because he was there. I thought I could just name drop everyone because I just happened to meet them this weekend of all the times. I said to him that, and he said, "I should hope so," or he hopes I think that's a good vibe. When he said at the event he wouldn't do a cameo role, and that's been doing the social media. But I mean, he's always turned down a cameo in Discovery because it was not worth it and not paid enough. And for a guy that worked on the show for many years, I mean, why would you want a cameo? He's a major character, he's a major ambassador. Yeah, main character. So yeah, give him a 6-episode. I mean, hey, would you not rather see a Captain Worf 6-episode miniseries than an Academy 6-episode miniseries, or a Khan miniseries? Worf for Khan.
Meh. Playing another animation for Gmon78. There we go. Play it twice too. Looks like there's going to be.
One? Yeah.
Looks like there's going to be a head-on collision. Play it again, and then there's another one from Mazarus for $5. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That ship, the Emmett Till, overall really fits in design elements of Star Trek Online post-Voyager Federation ships.
More Star Trek Online, I'd say yes. Overall.
So now,
but Star Trek.
Keep talking. I'm just going to play an animation from Mazarus. So.
But Star Trek Online is its own aesthetic. And obviously they've got a plethora of designs that, of styles. They can do TOS really well. They can do, all these things. But I think this is if you look at that, it's one of like, well, this is very much a side canon. You'll ignore it sort of stow design. It's not trying to be canon design.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did I send you this one? Or do you happen to have this one?
You sent me this one.
Cool.
It's part of the first animation set. That's Bill Krause's Shangri-La.
Yeah.
Really great design.
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right, so let's start talking about this Emmett Till thing.
Oh, yeah. So you were saying about how you changed your opinion over the day, watching our video again, and
Yeah, because this is the more finalized beauty pass that Ben Robinson said. And they've
closer to, yeah.
they've beefed
John,
up the nacelles, because what I was talking about with the skinny nacelles was actually this picture here.
Yeah, because I'll reiterate, John Eaves did specifically say this is still very much work in progress. He wasn't even necessarily intending this to be shown necessarily.
Yeah. So this is the front and back, and as Samuel said in the episode from today, this looks very beefy, but these nacelles are so slender. Whereas and I said in the video it would be nice to have a more beefed up like Enterprise E nacelle on there. That would make the look way more substantial, and that's what that last picture actually is, which is right here.
Because everything should be in proportion, but we know that I said this in the video specifically is that John hasn't done a prime ship for like over a decade.
Yeah.
So while he's not rusty, his mind's been in very specifically the. If you look at Discovery nacelles, they go to such a thin point. That's it's weird. And yes, I could certainly see in the future nacelles getting super skinny, but if I was the Federation, I would rather design strategically armored nacelles rather than just for the sake of making them teeny. Again, look at phones. They went really small, now big again because you want to pack more into a sleek bundle. They're now getting, you know what I mean, better resources, whatever. So I'd almost rather have, I don't know. It should be a certain thickness, I think, strength.
Those are sovereign nacelles, or they have that element to them. Yeah, they're not exactly the same because they're a little slightly different. But Michael Smith throws in $20, $20 super chat. Thank you very much, Michael.
Makes a day, doesn't it?
Could the quad nacelles create high warp field stability, increasing the length of the time max warp may be sustained? I can see the ship having a long-range mission profile, maybe distant border patrol and humanitarian campaigns.
I feel like I'm qualified to answer that.
You do that while I play an animation or two for $20.
John,
he deserves a few.
John, you're stealing Horizon, man. What are you doing? It's my idea.
Well, you got extra warp nacelles because yours is a marathon runner, not a sprinter.
Yeah.
I think the four nacelle configuration could probably do a more refined warp bubble and actually make more changes to the warp profile to make it a little bit more energy efficient, maybe not necessarily faster or longer, but
it's such a weird one because there is no form follows function in this choice for four nacelles. It was just an aesthetic choice by RC Embed. There isn't it goes faster. While you can put that back in. But the fastest ship ever in Trek is the Prometheus. It's a 4 warp nacelle ship at standard warp.
Yeah, but so before that, Intrepid was the fastest ship.
Yes, but that's because it had a brand new engine, a warp core engine.
With the smallest nacelles ever, but they articulated.
But also was a smaller ship. Remember, it was a smaller ship, so the amount of power, the bubble, Prometheus is quite a bit bigger than Voyager, and E is a lot bigger still. So
yeah.
It's relative. I mean, the Defiant's very fast as well, and for its size. So I think it's, hey, we saw bloody Cochrane, the warp shuttle, go to warp 9.99, and that's only a bloody shuttle. So, the right sort of power source, you can do anything.
I played 2 animations for Michael because $20. That's quite a substantial super chat. So thank you very much.
A big difference. Thank you.
Yes.
And Z German, he says, "What, another live chat? Greetings, everyone. Quite like the new John Eaves design. I agree that bigger nacelles being better, but it's a great looking ship."
And yes, the new live chat. We're going to be doing one today. Well, one yesterday, one today, and one tomorrow.
Yes.
And then the rest of the week, probably not because I'm going to be
No.
busy. Samuel might do one on the weekend. I might do one or two from the convention. But yeah, there was some new stuff that was released in Birmingham. And this is what we're going to do when there's new news dropping, breaking news for even Discovery, whatever. We're going to be doing these live videos to kind of supplement and get to talk to you guys kind of on the spot. Because a lot of you guys might not necessarily know about the news. So it's fun to chat with you guys and get some information.
I think we forget how tuned in we are. A lot of people, oh my God, I just learned this news on Trekyards. Like, really?
Yeah, I see a lot of comments when we post it. We're talking about a new video that's something that's been out for a week. And like, I didn't even know about this. It's, so that's cool.
Hey, good, cool. I mean, if we're your first port of call, thanks. I'll take it. We try and give you a balanced critique and such. But yeah, so three lives in 3 days, because so much new information, and it is fun, And my voice isn't dead. If it was bad after Destination, that would have been a problem, but it's fine.
And this one might be shorter than the one yesterday. Not as much to talk about, but we'll address all your super chats. We'll have your conversation, and
I'm kind of interested in showing some other sketches.
There's another one on screen right now.
Yeah, like the orthographic one as well, because this one, I mean, this is a ship one, so I want to know what you guys think, and we talk about it.
Let's go to this one. Where is it? There it is.
I still like that top back view. I really wish I could make things in 3D so I could build really quickly build in 3D. I could make a rough overview myself and then look at it and change things. Ooh, yes, that one. So that's some orthographics.
I can zoom in a bit.
Thank you. That's the one that John did the night of Destination show. I was in bed, I believe. He did that the night before. The crazy man. Hence why it's a bit more refined. And that side view is interesting. Why am I looking at the stream? I just look at my own version. What am I doing? Look at my own version. You idiot. Where is it?
Good evening, Captain Commander. I've just arrived. Happy to see the live show. So missed a bit. What's this lovely new starship for? It's designed by John Eaves, and it is for a proposed season 8 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine with Captain Ezri Dax. This is the USS EMMETT. And this was basically they got the writers back together for Deep Space Nine to do proposed season 8, which happens like Picard series time, 15, 20 years after the series ended, to kind of what would be next. So, yeah, this is a future ship. It's going to be actually made into an Eagle-Moss ship as well. So,
yeah. So there's two sets of plan drawings: the earlier one and this one. This current, so I don't need to move. But this current one is the more final, and it does show that top view also is very nice. That's a well-proportioned ship.
Yeah, but that looks like it's got the slimmer nacelles again on this one.
Yes.
Which works from that angle, works from the side. When you get to the front and back, it looks a little bit spindly. As you can see, there's a front shot there.
It's interesting because a side view, you can see where the glowing blue coils are, and they're quite far back. And the facades at the front. And that feels like it's taking a piece out of the Discovery rulebook, of having a certain amount coil and not. But because of how well proportioned they are for the ship and how far they go forward, it kind of still works. And obviously, you could progress technology by having less coil. What, Stuart?
I just read the latest super chat, and it's funny. £5 from Nigel Savage. Sorry, Captain. 3 nacelles suck. 2 nacelles is good. 4 is good. 1 is stupid. 3 suck. 6 means the booze flowed at the shipyard, and 8 is just being daft. Okay, he gets an animation. He made me laugh. I'm sorry. I love 3 nacelle designs, so if you got a problem with that, we'll take it outside.
Nigel.
Want to fight me? Want to fight?
Nigel. 6 nacelles. 6 nacelles with 8 coils. That is where it is at. They're not 8 nacelles, though.
Give you a nice galaxy flyby for that one.
6
Actually,
nacelles. 8 coils.
Actually, I shouldn't do this one. I'm going to do another one after this, just for you, Nigel.
I think 8 facades as well.
And you know which one I'm going to do, don't you, Samuel?
No.
Okay, well, there's this one, but this isn't the one I meant to click for him. Here, we'll close this down. And Nigel, just because your nice comment is so awesome, here you go. 3 nacelled canonized starship. There you go. Hope you enjoyed that. I will even play it again because it's 3 nacelles.
Yes. Again, I really want to do that one again. Just need to make the ship not blue, or blue-green, or aqua.
Well, I like it, so whatever.
Well, I worked really hard to actually frame that exactly as the TNG openers were. Like
Yeah.
it swoops down a little bit. Because like we've never seen it that way.
So there you go, Nigel. Hope you enjoyed that.
P.S. I really like the Emmett Till, says Nigel. Yeah. Commander Cockins, have you ever considered asking John Eaves if you were able to submit your design? Well, actually, I said to John, have you seen my design? Oh, no, I haven't. It was released that, the week before. I'll totally have to just email him at some point with that. If I had more time, I would totally have shown him, but didn't have much time. So I shouldn't have any pictures. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have got a print of the Horizon and got William Shatner to sign it. That'd have been cool.
Oh.
And he was doing personalizations, so I could have had like.
I love this
the
most
best
glorious starship.
Yep.
Shatner.
Best ship in the galaxy. I'm serious. 6 nacelles for the win. Captain Kirk approved. That'd have been a good one.
Yeah, sorry the dogs are barking, guys, but it's that time of day. The kids are coming home. Cassie's coming home from work. Sylvia will be home soon. It's one of those. The rest of the day, it's whisper quiet. But whenever I need to do something, like a live, all of a sudden there's banging, there's water running, there's dogs barking. It's
like fun.
It's the joy of doing lives, yes. But you can deal with it. All right, so let's move to a different picture here because this is the orthos that we got.
Well, I want you to
I
want you to show how amazing
no
a 6 nacelle /8
God
thing is. So I'm Facebooking you a YouTube link which links to the point of the video when the Horizon shows up, so you can show the audience the USS Horizon, the Samuel Cockins design ship.
I don't have Facebook open, so you gotta wait a second. Because screw you.
Zurich Sternbach.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so yeah. Just a second. Let's take a second. Hopefully my computer doesn't decide to have a stroke.
Oh, that'd be good.
Have yours ready.
It's amazing how. Oh, sorry.
Have yours ready on standby in case my OBS craps out again.
Yay! That's funny. I just looked on someone commented on our video. Another thing saying all we do is spend our time complaining about Discovery. It's like, did you not watch our trailer review, the D7 review, the makeup review?
They didn't watch our live, obviously, because we didn't complain about it at all.
One of the legends.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
They just see what they want to see.
Let's cast this over here. God damn it. Come on.
It's going so well.
Right.
It's going so well to show the USS Horizon, the best looking 6 nacelle 8 coil ship in the fleet. The only 6
all right,
nacelle
here it is.
coil.
It's
Of Star Trek ship design. I had the concept, I had shapes, I knew its function.
Captain
had that
more
3D
CPU
built.
cores.
It looks
Yeah.
amazing.
It's me,
I'm so
double
proud.
me.
I hope
Hi,
you guys
me.
had as much fun watching it as I did designing it. And obviously, it's a new ship, needs a new bridge, so I did also design.
Should I
Yeah.
stop playing or?
Everything's still work in progress. You know,
Yeah.
there's so many
This is
cool
from the
things, and that's what
Convergence
about it.
Indiegogo video, guys. If you haven't checked it out,
Great
go to
characters,
Indiegogo and look
great
up Convergence Star Trek.
What is
Yeah.
the story of Convergence?
77%
Well, the
funded,
Ciphers,
guys.
the villains from Renegades.
That Nigel says
are
that's
back.
2 nacelles. Nope. That is 2 nacelles on the top, 2 nacelles in this also, 2 nacelles underneath in secondary hull, and 2 coils underneath the nacelles. And that's a Siphon Dreadnought. But yeah, you can't see the ship that well in that video.
We'll go to this picture for a minute here. This is a good one.
Ooh,
All right.
that's.
So there we go. I gotta bring the chat back up.
So that is a earlier one. And you can tell. Oh wait, that's a different one. Wait, what? Do I even have that one?
Probably not. I have things you
Oh.
don't. And this
I don't
looks.
even have that one. Oh, interesting.
And this again, the nacelles look great from every angle except for directly from the front and the back. with the slender design. But you get to see the shape of the body of the ship. It very much follows like the Enterprise E kind of Odyssey, and even the Odyssey class, Enterprise F. It looks very, very nice.
Yeah, this is one is the top left is the concept picture that he submitted as part of the 3, and then I guess this is his first time putting it together and seeing how it would feel.
Yeah.
It's by integrating everything, it does have a more flat profile. I mean, the E is also very flat, but it's because there's no cloned pieces, it has a certain curvature, whereas this, because it's two nacelles, it flattens out the shape to just everything's on 2 lines, whereas if it had didn't do that, it'd be more different. But it still looks.
I wish they just. I wish they'd nix the bottom nacelles, take those off, and leave the strut like it is. Go out and then up to the engines, not up high enough, not up higher than the saucer. Right where they are is fine. I just wish I'd get rid of those bottom nacelles because they don't really work for me. I don't mind 4 nacelle ships. I'm just not the biggest fan of them, and they can be done well. But this one just seems odd.
I mean, again, the side looks great. It's just the fact they're both connected to a single pylon hasn't been done before. And it doesn't feel. I mean, shot's more of a weak spot because if you shot that one pylon, that's half. I mean, again, everything's a weak spot in Trek unless you have shields.
Yeah.
And also meant to have shields.
You're only as good as your shields.
I mean, these things aren't designed for war.
Mr. Poshney puts in £10. Thank you very much. If you both could pick one Federation starship from the Star Trek video game, present or past, to bring them into main canon, which would it be, and why? Thanks for reading my question earlier, by the way, Captain. Oh, no problem.
See, I love getting questions onto the topic.
Yeah,
super chat questions.
And I'll get an animation ready while you're thinking there. There's so many great ships in games, though.
I mean, you could tell an entire season of the Captain Picard show around the tactical Borg fusion cube. That's a bigger for bigger sake, but it's very well established.
So there's your animation, Mr. Poshney. It's the Akira and the Nebula cruising side by side.
I don't know. Maybe the Invasion would be cool. The
yes.
The carrier.
No, that's not the one I'm thinking. I'm thinking the one from Armada, the temporal ship, the
Oh yeah, this one. Do I have it on my wall? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, what's it called again? It's a time ship, and it's got a big module on the back. We've done a mission briefing on it.
It's a dreadnought, Stuart.
It looks like a dreadnought.
Sort of.
Yeah. That's why I like it. That's one I'd like to see realized for sure.
Oh, God.
Wish I could remember the ship name.
Spent a lot of time remastering that model as well. It's like the Confederation, Destination, Dedication, the is time related. Let me Google it. Okay, Trekyards time ship.
Oh, we got Nigel Savage puts in £2. You're only as good as your plot writer, you mean? Yes. So Nigel, you get an animation as well. So here's an animation for Nigel.
Hasn't come for time ship. Trekyards Armada. Did we do tags good enough for this? Premonition. There you go. We did.
We always do tags good. I try to put tags that everybody will be able to look up.
It helps. So yeah, Premonition.
Premonition. Yeah.
I did quite a lot of time remastering.
I guess I should pull up a picture of the Premonition, shouldn't I?
It's not fully balanced as a design. It is just very much an E on weird steroidy things, but it does have this unique vibe to it, and having such a uniquely, time engine third piece is cool. Let me.
You look up USS Premonition on Google, and our video is the first thing that pops up. And in images, it's like the third thing or the fourth thing. Sorry.
Yes. Good. There you go. That's the link if you want to look at it. Oh, everyone's saying Premonition. Not relatively, no. Should look to the chat. Everyone knows what it is.
Okay, so...
No, the Picard series won't be a web series. It'll be a TV show, I'm sure. I bet it'll be a TV show and all access. Double dip on that. Might as well.
Close that.
Oh,
here's the Premonition. There it is there in game. And if you look here, so this is the one I would like. And here's our mission briefing thumbnail on it. Look at that. The glory that is Samuel doing this awesome. Look at this. Look how beautiful this thing looks. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, that's the premonition. That's the one that I would want to bring from a video game into reality. There it is again. That's also very glorious. Mainly because it does look like a dreadnought. It does look like a, you know, Enterprise E era Federation class. But this isn't an nacelle. This is a time displacement device or something.
Well, it's a dreadnought with a distinct purpose, and we always like a distinct purpose for a ship, or at least a clear, visible purpose.
Yeah.
What's the purple glowy section for? That is a time nacelle. It's not actually called a time nacelle, but you know, it's designed to go back in time. But I think the invasion ship, the fighter carrier, would have been interesting. Because it's an interesting design. It's got a certain level of sleekness to it. Although, not launching fighters, I would have had it launch the
and that's,
insurrection. Oh.
Sorry, that's the what's the name of that ship?
From Invasion. It's called the...
We did a video on that too.
Yes, we did. Oh, I got Typhon, or Typhoon, as we got pitched at.
Yes.
The Typhoon. There you go.
Oh, no, I don't want that one. Star Trek.
But that is cool. But I would like to have it not launch fighters, because fighters I don't think work in the Trek universe, but launch secondary craft like Runabouts Mark II and the Insurrection scout ship. So that sort of bigger ship.
Yeah.
So imagine if that warps in, it launched like 8 of them. That'd be cool.
Yeah. These would be good to have a fleet come in first, and then these things come in behind, and then launch some other ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the game, they're specifically launching fighters.
Yeah.
You can see here.
So just something along those lines. It's just a brick in space, but the original concept sketch is really intricate, actually. So it's surprising. All the fan models, you know, are a bit less detailed, but the original was pretty cool, actually.
So there you go. That's Samuel's choice and my choice.
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of the ships from Armada would be great.
Yeah.
They had a lot of good thoughts in that. It was good designs. They're very like fit into canon. Yeah. So back on this ship then. So we stay on that picture then, Stuart, the one you've got on currently.
Well, I've already moved a few pictures ahead by now.
Okay then.
I'm just looking for. Well, it shouldn't be in there. That's in the wrong folder. What the hell? Dun dun dun. Never mind. I will do this.
We're doing a live about the EMMETT. That is the Discovery Prize. But I'm out of sync with what I'm saying in the live by a second or two.
Yes. Hold on. I got some of the Disco Prize in there.
It's always the thing that a ship that this concept this early on, it's hard to really know it's going to work, know it's, you know, because it's not done yet, it's not meant to be done, and just that final pass. When you look at Voyager, the concept Voyager was almost ready to be greenlit, and it was a runabout Voyager, and then suddenly it was the other Voyager, which I think is a better design. So yeah.
There's the original and revised. I don't see much difference except for the secondary hull here. This gets extended back farther. Here it cuts up. So other than that, there's hardly any differences.
Well, it's gone from being a weird, like, elongated shape into a much more conventional shape. So I remember he did say in the panel that it was very much an E of the future with 4 nacelles and then a split hull. Yeah. Another super chat, Stuart.
Oh, we did? Gabriel Ferris, $2. Since when is there a season 8 of this DS9? You explain that while I get an animation ready.
Since now. No, it's the documentary What We Leave Behind Indiegogo'd last year and a bit this year with the entire cast except Avery Brooks being interviewed. It's a 2-hour documentary because they got so much funding. They are remastering old footage with the HD remaster. They're doing a lot of the old visual effects in high definition with people that I know. Really cool stuff, and as part of that, they're doing a lot of other cool things. They got the entire writer's room from DS9, or at least the best ones, in for a single day, and they wrote a treatment for Season 8, a conceptual Season 8. And I guess during that, they decided we want a new ship. And so they did that. But also part of the documentary, They're doing an animated first part of the episode, the first episode. I'm assuming voice acted would be obviously amazing, be kind of cool. And all this, I'm sure, is a way of Iris Even Baird actually having, come on, guys, do more, do more. I mean, if that thing just blows up and gets an amazing response, and obviously that's a visceral, easy thing to show the producer at CBS, because there you go, here it is. Here's the proof that DS9 has interest. And obviously, there's been all these books where, books of the future, but they're all by fan authors that either haven't written for Star Trek ever before, or just had an idea and they wanted to do that idea into a book. These are the original writers with the concepts. They understand the characters. They wrote the characters. They know where they might have gone. They know where they wouldn't have taken them. Because I remember there's a character. I can't remember who it was, but a writer said once I stopped writing that character, they took them off in a direction that I wouldn't. Why did they go there? And they sort of lost all love that the person they invented.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, okay. So there you go. It's a conceptual season 8 with an animated something. I don't know how long that's going to be. It's a 2-hour documentary, so it might be like a 20-minute piece or something.
Yeah, and somebody asked if Esri's going to be doing the voice work for it for an animated character. I would think so.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
I hope so, at least. I mean, they already, got them all to be interviewed. So why wouldn't you just say, do the recording as well, be in it?
Yeah.
Best way to show more interest in more interest in season 8 of actually make some of it.
Mm-hmm.
We said motion comic. It's actually a relatively cheap medium if you find the right animators as well.
Yeah. So, no, I'm a fan of this design. I do like this aspect of it, the forward shuttle bay, very much like the Akira. This is the only picture out of all of them that has it. The other ones, the front of the saucer is very much just the front of a saucer, but also has a rear bay as well. And this Superman emblem style deflector, I kind of like that. I'm really digging that vibe. So I am looking forward to seeing this more fleshed out, more finalized, more revised, because this isn't the final iteration of this ship. So it's got a lot of potential. But John will do a fantastic job. He always does. I don't know where he gets his ideas, but he's absolutely brilliant. It says poor network connection, but everything looks good on my end. So, so yeah. And I do like the fact that they beefed up the nacelles and made them a lot meatier than what we did see initially, which is... I'll go back to it here. Hold on. Not the Disco Prize. Oh, there it is. See, here they're very spindly and kind of odd looking. So I'm glad that they did go in and beef them up a little bit for that more finalized beauty shot that Ben Robinson was talking about, that we use as our thumbnail for this video. Are people blind that they do not see this? What? See what? I missed something. This has a very Star Trek Online feel, yes. A droid fighter. The Kryptonians joined the Federation. That's right. And this is the USS Hope. This is 1000% Odyssey with 4 nacelles, nothing more.
Odyssey has a very different vibe, different shapes. That's the problem. Someone said in a comment, if you pull any element from any ship, like if you make any ship now, it'll look like you can compare it to any ship because everything's been done in some form.
We've been saying that for years now. There's only so many configurations you can make a unique, a Federation-looking ship look different, but they all kind of steal elements from other things. I mean, yeah. It looks fat with chicken wing nacelles.
Yeah. I've always said form should follow function. If okay, I think I said this during the previous episode. Okay, so split hull, split neck, right? The F has it, and some SO ships have it. So we know that's a potential design theory. But what practical function is it to half the internal volume of your neck to provide 2 weak spots rather than one, and to make it hard to traverse the ship theoretically, maybe, or just 2 turbolifts. Like, what is a practical advantage for such a design that would then warrant its design? You know what I mean? It's that sort of spitballing of, well, why is that? Why could it be? I suggest it's one possible
Yeah.
reason last time, but what do you think? Why would be the form follows function reason?
Honestly, I don't know, because I brought up that point. Just make it a solid neck. You get way more internal volume to fill that gap. However, I don't like the term weak spots. I don't like that argument. I think it's stupid, to be honest. You are only as good as your technology, and if you can get by the shields, pretty much any part of a ship can be sliced apart pretty easily.
I mean, having any windows on a ship is then folly if a torpedo, if your shields are down, then a strong enough force can destroy your transparent steel window at any part of the ship. So yeah, yeah.
Nice. Who is it here? Nano Reaper said it needs articulated nacelles so it can lock S foils into attack position. That'd be cool. Car Galaxy Studios puts in $5 Canadian. Thank you very much. What does he say? He says, so we have a circle, oval, knife, throwing knife, and dart designs for the saucer. Any other shapes you'd like to see in the primary hull for a new ship? You take that while I look for an animation for car.
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know. Oh, let me. I got a box of com badges here because why not this shape?
Yeah, why not this shape?
There you go. We both had the same thought.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's tricky. I mean, the point I think works well. The saucer is obviously iconic. I don't know. It's more about what's in the saucer. I mean, a good oval, but what is the details of the oval is important. What's on it, how many layers it has, how smooth it is. I mean, my ship's pointy but not too pointy. It's curved, not too curved. It's layered, not too layered.
You say not too pointy, but I think your ship's a little too pointy. That was one of my critiques.
It's less pointy than Prometheus.
I know, but that was my critiques of it. That's why I don't like the Prometheus as much. Prometheus isn't my favorite ship.
Yeah. Well, that's what I actively brought that back a step because I thought, pointy implies tactical. It's not tactical. I mean, yes, it's tactically able, but everyone should be at that time. You're not going to give any ship in your present timeline weaker weapons. Why would you? You're going to have just the nature of having this ship is new. We're going to give it Mark 12 torpedoes. That is just the nature of how things grow. Too pointy, curved, and boy racer. Sorry, Samuel. Okay, fair enough.
Ships are different because of warp fields, maybe ship sizes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with that at all. And I think that's another reason that I like the addition of more nacelles is as a way to refine that warp bubble shape and make it more, whatever they have to do to it to make it a little bit different, to get a little more speed or efficiency out of the warp nacelles. And another nacelle will facilitate that. So,
well, it's also good because it goes against the whole aerodynamic nature of a ship. Because that should be less aerodynamic, but there isn't aerodynamicy. So it's like another. This doesn't make sense, and yet it does, sort of system. Whereas the Prometheus and Horizon and such, it's more literal in it's pointy, therefore it goes through space faster. But it's all warp bubbles. Dauntless was always designed with slipstream in mind. That happens to have its shape, and Prometheus is the fastest ship of the fleet ever, and all things on it, lead to that concept. Horizon is just a step back in that regard, but it's just a ship in that more integrated line. Yeah. I mean, if you look at the E and the, if you were to bring the E just a smidge close to Horizon, it'd be fully integrated, look a lot closer. It's very much in the line. I mean, even Prometheus has barely got a secondary hull. It's just a natural progression along one line of the evolutionary chart. Because the Saber, where did that come from? Whereas you can see a direct parallel between the Ambassador and the Galaxy and the E.
Gmon78 puts in £5. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
And he says you can't beat a round saucer, and that gives me a perfect idea for an animation for him. Da da da.
Waiting for the live to catch up.
One of the best round saucered ships, in my opinion.
Is it the Connie?
No, actually, it's not.
It's the Foley, isn't it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been playing Foley class animations because nobody wants to see it.
Okay.
I just didn't think of pulling them up, to be honest. So.
Commander Coggins, has the second episode of your ship been released yet? I want to see if some of the things I see when I look at it all pad out as what I suspect. No, that comes out tomorrow. No, I love a couple of comments on the episode was fun because they were trying to deconstruct the function from the form, and since I put that thought in, you can theoretically pull it back out. So that was wonderful because it's just like we would look at any ship and say, well, this. They were sort of picking apart what I'd done, which means it's there without me actually having to explain it. Yay! He even went as far as saying, but the Dauntless can't be a direct connection because this, and this. I'm like, yes, good. That was my thought process too. Aha.
Mm-hmm. The Ambassador class? Yes, you were right. The video is pretty cool. Best Ambassador is the Proto Ambassador. And I'm not.
Nice.
I like a lot of the design elements on that, but I'm not a fan of the secondary hull shape. I prefer the actual ambassador that we got, Rick Sternbach's version. Somebody said play a Foley class animation. I don't know. Think I should. I don't know. All right. Well, let's see. All right, here you go, guys. This one's got sound too, so
Ooh.
it's all fancy. Space, the final frontier. My name is Captain Foley, and these are my adventures. There you go. That was done by Barry Chapman, the guy that did the modeling for the Foley. He's done a few animations for me. But I do plan on getting a more detailed Foley class model done, and then Samuel can do some animations of it with the beautiful lighting and really detailed. So there you go. Looks meh. Well, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Let's see here. Oh, holy crap. Why is that not catching up? Sorry, guys. Samuel's busy. $5 from Chris Momberger. Just a thanks.
Thank
I love nerding out about ships and designs. Well, I will quickly do another animation for you, sir.
Well, I have you realised that's what we like doing too? Has he cracked the code, Stuart? The Trekyards code that we enjoy ships?
We do. He probably did. He's a genius.
Ah, well done, sir.
And also one from Michael Smith, $2. Which canon ship would you love to captain and why?
Oh,
This question comes up all the time. And
I'll say Horizon of shit, it's not canon.
okay, I'm going to play an animation for him while I answer him, because it's actually this ship right here. If I can find it, there it is. I think I would want to. This is my answer all the time. I go to answer. I would want to captain a Galaxy class just because it is the biggest, most luxurious ship. There's so many amenities and awesomeness. Plus, you have a holodeck, so you can captain any ship you want. Just pull up their bridge, do a Starfleet Command Volume 1 simulation, but you're on the bridge, kind of thing. You can be in Kirk's era, you can be in any era. So
Sounds like you're on the J, Stuart. The holodeck bridge.
yeah, no. But yeah, that would be my one. I think the Galaxy class has got that nice mixture of powerful ship, but luxury. It's not a battleship. You're not feeling confined. It's not like the Enterprise E where it's more militaristic. That would be my answer.
Well, that's the thing. Then it is unfair in a sense because the Enterprise D has the family, has the thing we all grow up on. Voyager is much more focused in its scienciness, I guess.
Yeah.
And a lot more greys, a lot more or monotony in the inside. So while it's more functional, it's not as welcoming.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Galaxy obviously wins in those regards. But there's something about though I think one that would be fun, not as like a full. Okay, you tell you what, I'll have my first canon assignment on one ship, and I'll swap to something else. So for this one, I'll say I would be interested to say like a month, go I guess forward in time and be on the Excelsior with Zulu during his gaseous phenomenon, like something he's doing, but like a planetary version, and be able to walk around and being his his crew for a bit on Excelsior, which is both bigger, so it implied better facilities, bunks, so you have people to talk to, and maybe make some good friends out of it, and then maybe a bridge officer if I could create what I was doing, so I could see Sulu in action and Tuvok, hang out with Tuvok and a version of Rand as she changes so radically in each appearance.
Yeah.
But I think that'd be I think that'd be a good measured, like real sciencey, interesting thing. I think we needed more Captain Sulu. That was
I disagree, but that's just me. I'm not a Captain Sulu fan nor an Excelsior fan, so I mean I'm not opposed to the idea, but it wouldn't be on my to-do list.
But that's such a good era, where there's so much unexplored.
At Trekyards, how do they even fit warp coils into those thin nacelles? Well, they're much more advanced warp coils made from different composites and different materials. So you can make, as Samuel pointed out, the newer phones get, the slimmer they get. You're slimming the technology down. So you can do the same amount with less.
Yeah, I mean, how can you fit a 20 megapixel camera into this phone when in the olden days it had to be in a, olden days 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
The olden days.
Yeah, of cameras I meant, of digital cameras.
Yeah.
I remember we got our first 5 megapixel big camera. It's like, oh my god, it's garbage now, No, that's the thing. Just like with Star Trek, and this is what should happen. Just like the Constitution class, just like the J, both are. Wow, how the pylons that small? How the nacelles that small? Because that's the technology we have to create them. It shows advancement, And in fact, if the J is canon, so theoretically, if it's 20 years later, while it's still a long way from the J, having things shrink down a bit makes sense. Although again, aesthetically, it might not blend with the shapes, because that's the important thing. Form follows function is super important, but also, if it's still a visual medium and you want to sell toys, you want to make it good on posters, it's still a fictional television show. Like, you wouldn't design the next Enterprise to look like an ugly brick because reason,
Yeah.
It's tricky. It's a weird reality comes in as well. That's why I know that John got very little instruction. Nothing in story is reflected in the ship. There was no pointers given of it needs to do this, this, and this, because they're making an animated bit of one episode of a season they haven't fully fleshed out. So I mean, there isn't going to be this, this, and this. So it's sort of a base ship before a concept.
Yeah.
That's why I want to know: is it a heavy cruiser? Is it an explorer? Is it this, this, or this? Like, at least give us a sense of what, where, how, and who.
Yeah. Looks like we got another super chat from Gmon78, another £5. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Would you consider doing some shows based on Mark Kingsnorth's designs, such as the Eaves or Insignia class? His designs are awesome. The name doesn't sound familiar, but I'm going to play you an animation.
The Insignia class is fun. It's a Ships of the Line calendar ship. It's a very conceptual future one, and weird enough, the things I like most about the design are the deflector and the engine, which are both the most similar things. It's nice, but it's again one of those fan fan designs, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I've said this before, and I hope you'll agree, Stuart, that part of it is the limitations of what they had. There's a reason why things felt so canon because they're made by the same designers, but also, you know, from from Phase Two to TMP to Voyager, all had the same exact engineering room, physical space, just reformed, repainted, rebuilt, but the same base thing. So you look at the line of technology and you say, well, this is the evolution. It's just somehow sleeker, even if it's the same base set. Whereas if you could design whatever you wanted, it could be, a six-floor engineering room with 18 big glowing conduits. You think, well, that isn't very Star Trek. Yeah, because you've now gone so far away from the design evolution, but it was a mandatory evolution because of limited budget. The if you could build what cockpit you wanted for the Type 11 shuttle or the scout ship, it could look who the hell knows what. But they had to use the runabout, so it has a cleverly kit bashed but still very similar feel.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I know if I ever get to design the Horizon engineering room, I actually plan to use the exact same physical set dimensions of the Voyager, because as if I was having to shittily reuse Stage 7. How would
Mm-hmm.
I take that and reform, two main levels with a third level, a bit in the middle? How do I redo this to show more advanced, to show sleeker, to make it different? And by doing so, it'll feel familiar yet new. How does it sound to you?
No, you've said this before, and I totally agree with you. I gotta look up these ships though because I don't know what he's the insignia class.
And
Sorry.
it is worth saying, I'm not saying, stick to the limits of it. So that's a weird thing. It's just if you're trying to evolutionary line, especially that close to TNG, you
Yeah.
wouldn't reinvent the wheel after 1 year unless there's a real reason to.
I
Um,
gotta
I don't know.
say, sorry,
Yes.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I gotta
Oh, yeah.
say, I don't like the insignia class. I think it's hideous.
Hmm.
Um, it makes sense. It works in universe, but it's just not aesthetically pleasing to the eye. I'm
Yeah, it doesn't
sorry.
quite connect, does it?
No. And what's the other one?
Eve's class, I guess.
Oh, the Eves class. I think I've
That
seen that one.
I mean, that again is fine. Yeah. Again, having Rick Sternberg on board for Horizon allowed every piece that had to be on the ship to be on the ship. I'm looking at the Eves class, at least this fan version, or at least this fan render. I don't see any transporter. There's details that I think should be there that are missing. That it suddenly pulls away from the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Ship
Yeah.
design is a tricky thing. It really is. Too similar, too different. It you know it's tricky.
Mm, yeah. I mean, I'm sure we would cover these ships at some point. I mean, we've done a lot of these kind of designs. We've covered them, but honestly, I mean, it's a style I don't like. Most of these ones that I'm looking at that he's done are just not pleasing to me. But that's because I'm an old curmudgeon. I don't know.
Well,
I like what I like, and his style is not what I like, unfortunately.
and what's the style? What do you think the style is you don't like about that? Are those two? What makes you?
Like I
Like, how do
said,
how do you define that? I guess.
the insignia class is just it's too amateurish, if that makes sense. I don't like the cutouts in the hull. And this other one, this whatever this um, is just not. This looks like something. This USS Carolina looks like something out of Orville, to be honest. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with the Orville ships. Just I don't like this. It's just too elongated. The shapes are too weird for me. I'm sorry. I just don't like his designs. Sorry.
See, this is why uh,
Like you.
pushing. Yeah, no, exactly. Pushing the shapes so far. It it is so difficult, which is why Horizon was such a tricky thing, because it's got to still be in the same ballpark. I didn't want to go as far as the Ascension you just showed. Like that's further than I would go. It looks it's clearly 20 years later, 30 years later, whereas I wanted it to feel very just right in the era,
Yeah, yeah. Well, Car Galaxy Studios says, "Isn't that Trek in a nutshell? We like what we like. Everything else is horse pukey." Yes and no. I mean, there are ships that I don't like that I like certain aspects of, and I would personally want to get in there and kind of rework a few things to make it more to my liking. But as I've said all along, you can't please everybody. No matter what you do, you could design the perfect starship based on some kind of mathematical equation.
Well,
like
the
the golden ratio, exactly. And people are still going to go, I don't like it. That's just
fine.
the way it is.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Consensus is tricky because consensus rule, in the olden days was smoking is good for you. Well, doesn't make it right. So that's why we have this is still an opinion-based show, and we say the things we say strongly because that's how we feel, but we just try and be honest and direct.
Yeah.
We are still just two people in the community, but we've trained our senses, as it were, to really analyze and think about this stuff. This is what we've been doing for so long. So like you would go to a builder to build your house, you'd go to ship analysts to look at a ship. It's just a field we've got more specialized in.
And we both have different opinions, which is awesome. It really. Renee Stewart puts in Australian $10. I think that's what that is. I will pick her in animation, or him, Renee. I don't know. Sorry, I didn't assume your gender. Sorry. We also got another one from Gmon78, £5.
Thank you.
Tell me what you really think, Captain. Don't hold back. I hate it. Blech. There you go. And I always do give my opinion, especially my Eagle Moss reviews. Just because we're sponsored by Eagle Moss doesn't mean I'm like, this is the best thing ever. Oh, that piece fell. That's okay. I'm like, well, this is wrong. This is wrong. I like this. I don't like this. Or I'm very upfront and honest with my opinions, much to some people's chagrin. But anyway, here's the first animation that I'll play. And then there's another one for Gmon78 right after this one. So
I'll just say Brian McFerland sent us in our email, trekyards@hotmail.com, a 6 nacelle version of John's design.
Yes, I saw that earlier before we went on live.
Oh yeah, this animation. This was a present to you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not finished though. You were going to put Captain Foley in there, and I could use it for an opening. I haven't been able to use it because I don't have an opening, but that's okay. It's still a great animation. All right,
it's the proving that the Connie can look good in 2018 without any changes to the design at all.
Exactly. And here's one for Gmon78. This is a Ferengi Marauder in orbit of a planet. Looks beautiful. And it's one that Samuel probably doesn't approve of because he hasn't remastered it yet, but that's okay. Let me go back and replay. I've been replaying them each twice, but I got to go back and replay the Connie then because I only played it once.
And McDermott, yes, I made Stuart like 9 intros back in the day. Many intros.
Yes, and I change them up all the time in my videos still to this day, so. For my captain's logs and things, so.
Oh, Car Galaxy Studios has a good comment. Comparing ships to houses. Think how many different designs there are. Beauty in the eye of the beholder. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's like cars too. Just because I love a certain car doesn't mean somebody else absolutely hates that design. Some people like some really weird shaped cars that I just think are hideous. I mean, it's just. It's those differences that make the world go around, right? So
this is why we. When we looked at, say, the Discovery Bird of Prey, the Klingon one, the comparison video was less about our opinion, more about look at this evolutionary line.
I'll play that.
We don't have to say anything because you can see it doesn't fit. Opinion on design, if there's meant to be a logic behind it, as soon as you start really just going in universe, saying this to this to this, where's the odd one out? This one, well, therefore the design is less good. Unless you can really, really explain it, that's why Discovery is a more universally disliked ship than liked ship, because it breaks a lot of the things that you associate, doesn't fit in the era, is misproportioned, just in terms of the Trek aesthetic and whatever. I also like it, and that's I think it actually has some nice angles, but as soon as you break it down tech-wise, you realize, oh, well, this, and this. Although still, form follows function approach. I know when John was at the panel, he said he thinks most people have grown to like Discovery because all of its functions have been shown in season one and explain the design. But then I kept thinking, well, the warp nacelles weren't dealt with at all. So the saucer spins, and the shuttle bay is huge because shuttle bay, but nothing else in the design was featured. So no, John, nothing was talked about. Why are the nacelles so long? Because was that in the season, Stuart? Do they explain why the nacelles were so big and so long and so thin? And
No. And I mean, that's what a lot of people like about Star Wars and Star Trek is that the technology is just there. It doesn't have to be explained. It doesn't have to be rationalized. This is how it works because it's just a piece of everyday technology, which is fine. But then you get into the technical manuals and stuff, and it does explain that. And so, yeah, I want to find out the reason for the length of the Discovery nacelles. Is it spore drive related? I hope so, because the Shenzhous weren't as long. Any of the other ones we've seen, the Europa, the Gagarin, all those, they're not as long and spindly. And they have been changed for season 2. They seem to be a little bit shorter. I don't know if that's going to be explained or if it's just like, oh, well, this is the way they were all along. Or retcon. Psh.
Or actually, the entire time they could telescope in, just didn't.
Yeah. Michael Smith.
That's in spore mode rather than warp mode.
Michael Smith puts in $5. I mean, we only saw it jump to warp, or jump out of warp once visually.
Yeah.
But Michael Smith puts in $5. Describe your favorite mission profile as captain. What type of missions would be your favorite? Similarly, in what Trek era would you like to be?
That's a lot for a $5 question. Good job.
Well,
so in that one.
Like I said, I would probably want to be in TNG because you got unparalleled peace at that point early on. You got the Galaxy class going out and doing its thing.
Clarify that, Stuart. Early TNG.
Early TNG. Season 3, season 4, around there.
Okay.
However, that being said, I would also like to do TOS because you are on the frontier. You are seeing new stuff all the time. It's not the same old run around the block like it is in TNG. That's a tough question. As for mission profiles, I like for games, of course, I like battle, but anything else in real life, I'd want it to be exploration, just finding a new planet, going down, checking out new things. So that's my answer. And then while you're answering, I'll play an animation for Gmon78, who puts in £5.
Well, we'll read his comment, then we'll answer that one next.
Google arrogant class starship. I'd love to hear your opinions on that one. Well, Samuel will answer. I'll play your animation, then I'll Google that while he's still talking, and then we'll talk about that. How's that?
Okie doke. Yeah. So favorite mission profile as captain. Yeah, I mean, I think planets is certainly, just looking at nebulas is sort of pretty. There are gases. No, planet is exciting. The first time we saw NX-01 land on planet, you could feel the palpable wow. Obviously you'd have to have a sensible, spacesuit and do it more realistically. But to go to a first class J planet, or to a new planet that's never been categorized, and you get to sit down, beam onto the planet and see the entire sky is a rainbow. But because every sky's a rainbow, it's perspectively, every direction has different colours. It's an infinite colour spectrum. You see colours you've never seen before, thought you could see before. Amazing stuff like that you couldn't even dream of because it's such that it's so outside of the realms of what we do. An ecosystem has to be formed via millennia or thousands of years, millions of years of construction. So planets for sure, and also, alien life would be incredible. So that mission profile would be fun. Or first contacts. They've warp travel, or I guess second contact, because if there's a universal translator, but it'd be fun to deal with sort of general other races. So that sort of profile, I would double with that. And then TNG. Although obviously I've now got a ship in late TNG, so I can now just say I'll take the Horizons mission because I also invented the Horizons mission. So I obviously invented it for a reason. Hyper long range explorer out past the edge. Fast, reliable ship, bigger than the Voyager, more luxurious, but also more technical. Not as not as battleshipy as the E, but also not as comfortable as the D, because comfortability is trying to be in your own personal rooms, really. No children but family, so you can bring in girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband. Yeah, I mean, profile I invented for Horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Ooh, Stuart, when are you designing a TNG ship?
never, because it's an awful era.
That's it. Oh, I'd love to see your. That'd be cool, Stuart.
I might do one. I don't know, but
Because then we could fly around together.
sure,
Though otherwise you're always in the past, aren't you?
right,
Or does that mean I should design a TOS era ship as well, just for the sake of it?
sure.
Jesus.
Anyway, here's the Arian class ship from the
Oh.
side. The reason I'm trying to catch up is because we got 2 more super chats. So I just want to get our thoughts on this one
Amazing.
taken care of.
Hey, thanks guys for supporting more tonight. This is really, really helpful.
Yeah.
Um,
this one's very
it's been-
similar in design to that Insignia class, the shapes. I don't like the round saucer with these kind of nacelles, personally.
Yeah, so who asked the question? It was Gmon, Arrogance class.
Oh,
I
look
actually
at
really
this.
like this. I'm kind of...
See the
oh,
saucer separation mode where the
Yes,
nacelles pop
yeah.
out? Yeah.
That I actually don't like as much.
It's neat.
Because it is neat, but it's very mechanical, whereas it's the future, which would be more technical. Although against line of sight, having it just go down, it makes sense, but it feels a bit too... Again, mine are integrated. That's how I would do it.
Yeah.
So I did do it. I do like the side view though. It's an interestingly sleek, but super familiar shape, like really familiar and yet really sleek. The nacelles are cool. I like them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Front view is a lot like a fan ship we did recently. I don't like it as much. The pylons are too curvy. The back is just the Enterprise D. Although the 6 double impulse units is pretty cool. It's a good ship. It's a very familiar yet sleek ship. Although I think you're right, the top saucer isn't quite. It's too perfectly saucery round.
Yeah.
It needs to integrate more with the secondary hull just a bit.
And that's
Probably
that's why when I saw this, I said it was reminiscent of the Insignia class, and I think that's one of the reasons I don't like the Insignia class. I love round saucers, but not on this era of ship. With that shaped secondary hull and those shaped nacelles, I don't think the round works. It needs to be some other kind of shape other than just a perfect circle.
So you're saying perfectly circle doesn't work with integrated designs as well.
Yeah.
So you said some more super chats.
Oh yes, there's a £2 one with the message retracted, so I don't even know who sent it.
Now, what does that mean? Does that mean they retracted it?
Yep,
We
you can
retracted it?
retract your. No, they retracted it.
Well, thank you.
Where are we here? I gotta get an animation for that £2 chat. We will do this one. And then after that is Working Class Zero, puts in £5. What's the most
you.
aesthetically pleasing ship in your opinion? Oh, ship era in your opinion.
Oh,
Mine would be Enterprise E era, like First Contact. I do like the looks, except for the Prometheus. It's too pointy, and the Horizon is too pointy. But like the Akira, the Enterprise E, those look fantastic. I don't care if you're crying, Samuel. It's fine. So that's my answer. I love TOS. Don't get me wrong. I always will, but I can see why people don't like it.
I would. Now this is interesting. Actually, now you just all that stuff. Would you agree that the Delta Flyer is a thoroughly visually pleasing ship?
Yes, I do like the Delta Flyer.
Because that's what jumped to my head when the question I thought was the most aesthetically pleasing ship. Just one single. Like that is pretty much perfect as a style of ship. It just looks so good, you know.
Yeah.
Like the refit is amazing, but you could say it's blocky in certain ways. So Double Sliders is one big ship. But best era, that's tricky. Because the TMP era is so creamily, so creamily, smoothly, just.
I changed my choice. TMP era, I completely didn't even think about that.
So it's obviously it's Kit Bash Central. Like Janolan's not exactly a good looking ship, but the pieces are so nicely put together.
Hmm.
But the TNG one is so varied that the era of design is everything is a design. From the amazing Enterprise E to a weird not Yorktown steamrunner. Why is the hull flat? I don't know. Reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Richard Kennedy puts in £5 and says, "You guys are costing me a fortune. All good though. Lend me a $5." I'm gonna just
No.
play an animation for you, and then after that, I got /.121 again, £1.99 saying, "Get him out, lad." As for my man boobs, my moobs. He wants to see my boobs. Apparently, that's a thing now.
I think that's more of a $50 super chat. That's always been the rule. 50 to 100 equals moobs. Because that really helps our daily revenue. You have no idea, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's /.121. Here's your moobs right there.
Thank you, guys.
Cruising along on screen.
We're doing darn well today. It's really, really encouraging. Because these are all extras to try and, get new views, get new viewership, talk about things, and yeah. It's funny, I've actually now designed a ship in the NX era, the Romulan ship, TMP era ship, Voyager era, post Voyager era ship, but I haven't done TOS yet. I probably should do that.
Probably.
I want to see you do a TNG ship. I want to see your design. I'm thoroughly intrigued by what that could be. Because we should have why aren't we designing ships all the time, Stuart? Every day, every other day.
Because we got stuff to do.
Yeah, we can do episodes. We can make content on our own ships. But I feel like we've got to have a reason for the ship because it's not just just got a piece of paper and a pen, you see. Because what's I talked about a possible TMP horizon, but what would be interesting in the TOS era that's so we've got heavy cruisers that are meant to be the epitome of overall function, right?
Sure.
I wouldn't think the Enterprise is actually the fastest ship in the fleet. Would you concur? It's not necessarily the best in that.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that, yeah.
Probably not the strongest, because we've got the dreadnoughts, if they're canon, you know what I mean? The extended fleet idea.
Chris in the chat said, "Is there a link to the commander's ship?"
Yes.
Do you want to put a link in there in the chat while I address number one special who put $2 in for a super chat? Thank you. Finally, I could catch a live. Well, all right. Well, since you caught a live, we're going to give you a great animation for your super chat monies. Here it comes.
Yes, Captain George. Has to be something high. So there's the Horizon Part 1. No, Galaxy Card. I want to do Section 31. That's too... Don't make everything the most unique thing ever, Because then it's got to be dark and dramatic and best thing ever. No, it's just, think about Jeffries, think about Probert, what would they do, on the shoulders of legends. What would a good TOS role be? Because I don't want to do a carrier, that's silly. No.
Do a dedicated colony ship or something.
Yeah, but then it can't be the TOS based aesthetic because you wouldn't want physical space for people rather than anything else. So that's just a brick with warp nacelles. It should still be part of the normal fleet structure.
Well, we should do a live where for 2 hours you draw a TOS ship on your end talking about it. I'll draw a TNG ship on my end talking about it. And at the end of the 2 hours we show them off. Meanwhile, getting suggestions and input from people the whole time. That should be a separate live. And while you're thinking about that, Rex Trek put in a $10 super chat.
Wow.
Again, amazing. I like the name of the ship. I'm sure you two are familiar with the Origin. Is it Origin or yeah? I guess so.
Oregon. No, it's not Oregon. Origin class star.
I'll play an animation while you're doing that.
I guess it's meant to be Origin.
Let's go with this one. Haven't seen this one yet today.
Nope, nothing's coming up. Sorry.
Must have spelled it wrong.
Please post a link or some such. Oh, thanks, Captain George. A scout ship. I did a scout ship for TMP.
Samuel, watching this animation that we were playing, the saucer separation one, I think that's a broken model.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, and you know about it? Okay.
It's the final shot of Enterprise model. This is the side. This is the side we. Yeah, no, this one's. I mean the broken windows.
Yeah, the windows sticking out. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, we fixed it on the.
And there too, the secondary hull's got a.
Yeah, we fixed it on the our Trekyards version, but that's not the source separation version though. So.
And there's gaps between the shuttle bay doors, and I'm noticing a lot of things now. Actually, I shouldn't have pointed those out on live.
This model was made in a week, so it's a beautiful model for that.
And who made it?
Gabriel Kerner in 2 weeks for the last shot.
Gabriel...
That shot of the Enterprise D is just amazing. It's one of the best shots they ever did Enterprise. He did like 8 passes, which is how you meant to do proper like modern shot. Really, yeah, beautiful.
And now that's all I can see is the cars. Damn it.
The windows are just open to let a bit of air in.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. I don't know, because I feel like if I did like a 4 nacelle TOS, it'd be Prometheus parallels. But every TOS kitbash has been done. Obviously, Bill Krause and such do really interesting, like refining all the shapes and such.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously now you've got John Eaves's Enterprise Discovery variant, so you've got the idea of what he would do to it. And then do you go, with ball turrets, or do you really respect the canon and not have any of that?
Yeah.
Because I don't think you wouldn't want to go cage, because they always that's got wrong proportions. They don't quite work aesthetically.
Yeah.
What else are there possibly to do?
Braden Goss says we should interview the developers of Stage 9 about the takedown. It's funny, we've been talking to them forever. We were going to have them on the show talking about the project and the latest versions, but it never really materialized. They were too busy. And,
I actually talked to them recently about why they sort of delayed that for a while. It's because they were working on a really massive release, and they wanted to come back to us when it was ready to release. Because it was like, why talk about the work in progress when suddenly, boom, there'd be lots of other stuff. And then not anymore. So
Yeah. So, we eventually get them on sometime to talk about it, I'm sure. But I don't know how much they can say right now. So, Ernest Strickland puts in $2, another $2 super chat. Thank you very much, Ernest. Horizon class USS Las Vegas, if I may. I guess he wants a Horizon class to be named the Las Vegas. I don't know. I'm just going to play an animation for him while you figure that out.
There's only 4 Horizon classes ever made, so they're probably all going to have names that reflect the explorative nature. And in Vegas, you only explore, hookers, I guess.
Whatever you
weddings,
explore in Vegas, you never report back to Starfleet because it stays there.
Yeah.
So your findings are just lost.
To be fair, that is one of the very slight. It was meant to be in Convergence more, but the idea that some things they did out past the rim was stuff that you can't really, It's like Janeway. Would Janeway retell them everything that happened? Obviously, it's in their logs, but would you choose to keep some things secret?
I don't know. You got a duty as a captain to do the logs, right? So, I don't know.
Oh, side question: Would you canonize warp coils if you're doing TOS design or not?
Yes.
Because, okay.
Like, what do you mean? Like the line of sight rule?
Well, yeah. I mean, having outer coils.
Outer coils.
Well, in any respect, because there's no reason to assume the TOS colony, if that's the only version to have purely internal coils. But then you look at now the Discovery Prize, you look at TMP, which had those grills either side. So every ship after and before had coils on both sides. The colony is the one exception. Why should every ship of the era have internal coils? So
I see what you're saying.
But,
that's just dumb.
What do you mean?
Well, because of all the Starfleet battles designs. They all look exactly the same as the Enterprise as far as the nacelles go. So,
But why? But that's the point. It's a new ship. You wouldn't use the conning nacelle. You'd have your own conning.
if you want to design your own, yeah, that makes.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a kit bash because they've done every kit bash known to man. I mean, I couldn't do a kit bash better than a Saladin or a Dreadnought or a not Lochnar. What's the? That's the point. It's like it can't be a kit bash because that's just too basic. But you still got to take it within the era.
Special request: play Michelle Specht. I can't say her last name.
Yeah, Spec. Yeah.
Play her. I don't understand. We don't have an animation of her.
It's just a shot of her from Continues.
I mean, I'm sure I got one somewhere.
Yeah, the German one. Was beyond the outer rim, stays in the outer rim. Exactly. Watch Convergence.
The captain of the Las Vegas has to be a Ferengi. Yes.
Oh, well, probably racist, but well, he picked the assignment, or he picked to be captain of it. So what's the best Trek nacelle design? Stuart says someone else.
The best Trek nacelle design?
Yeah,
that's refit for sure, hands down.
Even though it's the least connecting to any of the other ones.
They're the nicest looking. I know they don't have the glowing red Bizarre collectors, but they do have the blue when they're at warp, and I think they're the most stylish. They're the most. I don't know. The Art Deco nature of them is really appealing to me. So.
And someone says we know the origin of the Emmett Till. Yes, which is fascinating. I know that third party at the con who talked to someone at the con said that it was more to raise awareness and that it sounds alien and yet raise awareness. But obviously, to name a ship that drastic must link to something in the storyline because why else?
Well, you got to remember Ezri was a counselor, right? Hello.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. Okay, I didn't see her on the command path personally, but no one special
in the Avatar as well. So
yeah, no one special puts in $5, and again
nice.
he caught the live stream, so he's happy. Do a Federation ship with influence from a specific species, maybe aquatic or Vulcan execrate.
Yeah, but again, it breaks away from the aesthetic too much because it should be a unified fleet. And then you're creating an exception to the rule again. Oh, it's tricky.
Yeah, okay, I'll play this animation for no one special.
For me, Stuart, for me.
Sure, for you.
For your one true Trek love.
Oh.
Yeah.
Samuel.
Thank you. It's funny, I've got a couple of little ideas here, but it's like just trying to... it's got to have a reason. That's why my story is so important, because you can build things around the reason and the story.
We should do we should do a live chat where it's a ship design live chat. Maybe one for you, one for me. Where people who super chat give us the mission profile of the ship, the name.
Oh, that's...
And we have to use each thing to develop a ship live on camera.
Oh, that's great.
And then it can become maybe something in the future.
Thing is, Andy Trek will appear and say the ship's name has to be the transport one. What's it called?
The USS. Well, he would say something like the USS Scrotum or something.
Yeah, the USS Scrotum, and it has to be a Warp 10 ship, and it has to have 80%, or 100% crew from the future of those people that Blizzard. It's like, God damn it, Andy Trekker, stop ruining our ships.
A Trekyard ship, Braden says. Well, we've developed one early on in the history of this channel. But I have some sketches and stuff for it, but yeah.
Yeah, and Matt Mon, yeah, sure. I'm going to look at other names for sure. But it's interesting, because if you go back to the Emmett Mon, most ships aren't named after people. Not really until John Eaves started naming like the Crossfield class and stuff. Galaxy, Horizon. That's my ship. Damn it. Galaxy, Constitution, Sovereign, Nebula. Like they're all. What was the very first named person ship or ship class. You know, obviously Miranda can be a name as well, but I don't know if it's meant to be a name. I never would think to necessarily name it after a person, because that adds a lot more context than necessarily a ship needs. So, what was the first ship named after a person, do you think, or ship class? Any idea?
Depends what you're looking at. I mean, if you go to like my evolution of the heavy cruiser, there was the USS Bonhomme Richard. I don't know who that was named after specifically, but you see that quite often come up in FASA and stuff. So if you're thinking just cannon ships, even stuff like in Discovery, the USS Nimitz, the Nimitz aircraft carrier is named after, I forget what his actual name was, but his last name was Nimitz. So,
but obviously, when you get to that far in the future, they're not thinking about the guy, thinking about the aircraft carrier.
You're thinking about the history, the lineage, absolutely, and it's all based on the one historical figure. Which, if they want to follow it all the way down, they will find that out. So,
but you know what I mean? It's most of the time not a person. So, calling it a ship name was a person, I thought was kind of strange. And again, super contextual. That must be really important to the plot.
Yeah. The Soyuz class. Soyuz, not named after a person. I think it is. Bonhomme Richard was John Paul Jones' ship in the American Revolution. Oh, okay, cool.
I don't think they kit well.
The Crazy Horse, the Lakota, they were Native American names.
Steppenwolf isn't canon. The Akira class named after the character Akira from the anime Akira. Well, yeah, but that's a. I don't think in the future they're naming the ship after a character in anime from 200 years ago.
No, in our Akira class episode, Akira stands for something else as well. I just can't remember offhand what it is.
Also, it's a cool sounding word.
Yes.
Akira.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know what? The only one I think that's truly canon is the Bonshun, USS Bonshun.
Named after our good friend Rob Bonshun.
And you know the story about that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
No, you go on, because I don't know if I know the whole story.
It wasn't meant to be the Bonshun; it's a temp texture, and then they just didn't change it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes. Okay.
So he didn't. It was just the one he did, and then he didn't realize it ended up being canon. So yeah, he accidentally. I think that was on purpose. They didn't make ships after people. So Rob might have got the very first ship named after himself, just because the registry is his birthday, which is a slightly more tweakable.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't mean for the name to be himself as well.
That's funny.
Yeah, so that's probably the very first accident as well. And the guy we know. That's great.
Bryant Fuller says, I meant to ask you, Stuart, if you knew why they chose Emmett Till as the name. I don't. Like Samuel was just saying, it's probably very specific. But why not name more starships after scientists? Jane Goodall, yeah, Michio Kaku, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and so on. Love to see them on screen. Wouldn't that be neat? Well, the USS Asimov and the Newton and.
But then you all this is based on context from us now.
Yeah.
You know, you still remember, even though it's made by us now, it really is a military-ish organization. You know, not really, but you know, peacekeeping organization in the 200 years in the future with a bigger context. That's why in all the shows where they mention famous people, it's like 2 we know and 2 aliens, because it should be greater context. So you can't just say Neil deGrasse Tyson is very small in the context of all of humanity, all of Vulcan race, all of everything. So he's, you know what I mean?
And yes, Bryant Fuller, we know who Emmett Till is. Thank you.
So it's like, you gotta, yes, you can name a ship that, but that's super self-serving to us right now. Wouldn't necessarily have that in Trek.
There's the Grissom. The Grissom is named after the astronaut Gus Grissom.
There we go. That's the first, probably. But yeah. Okay. Cool.
I'd have to go back through TOS. There might be 1 or 2. I don't know. We'd have to take. That's a great idea for a episode.
Yeah, just an episode. But again, it's like names. I mean, if you don't know the astronaut Grissom, for me, I thought it was just a word. I never knew it was linked to anything.
Oh,
so most people, most places, or link something to something. You know?
There's the Tchaikovsky as well.
Yep.
Words.
Because I mean, Emmett Till, the first person I spoke to, I already knew what it was because of something else. But someone said to me, "Oh, it must be a Vulcan phrase." Someone at the convention. So, oh no, it's based on this. It's like, yeah, it sounds like a cool alien phrase or a cool whatever.
That's why I love the fact that they made the Class M planet the Manchura class, because it's a Vulcan description. That was awesome that they did that tie-in.
Cool.
What was Crusher's ship from All Good Things? It was the USS Pasteur, which
Pasteur.
is also named after a...
See, again, no idea. So that for me, that's just a random word that just now is just a legacy. I know what it means in Trek canon, sort of thing.
It was the creator of penicillin.
Yeah, that's one with history class. We focus on certain modules but never go beyond it.
Yeah.
My dad always says to me, "Why don't you know geography of England?" I say, "Because they never taught us geography of England. They taught us rivers and glaciers, and they never once was there a lecture on this is England. These are where the tall towns are. It was let's learn rivers for 8 months." That's geography. It's specialist geography. It's geography. It's like so history. I know about. I don't know. It's been a decade. No, but we learned about World War One, World War Two. Not about. It's like the American resistance, whatever. Also, I mean
the Maquis, the French resistance in the World War II.
Yeah, why would that come up in an English school in 6th grade or whatever? Like most Americans wouldn't. I know a lot more Americans know about the American Civil War than the World Wars. There's the wonderful YouTube videos. They say, so who are the Nazis? And they just don't know because they never taught it.
Sorry, yes, you're right. It wasn't penicillin. That was Fleming. Pasteur invented the pasteurization process. Sorry, that's why it's pasteurization.
Oh,
I used to have a book as a kid talking about Pasteur and his... I gotta find that. But yeah, sorry. My bad.
I think Brian McFarland worked out the actual first one in canon. The USS Homer Simpson from TOS.
Oh yeah. That was from one of those lost episodes.
Yep.
Because
I
for every bad Star Trek that crops up in the future, we lose a season or an episode of TOS. So it used to be 7, now we're down to 3 because they've been erased from existence. But yes, I remember the USS Homer Simpson because the Mandela Effect. I remember the 7 seasons of TOS.
Yep. And that was John Eaves' inspiration for making the ships copper because in TOS some ships are yellow, it's orange, they're bright orange.
Mm-hmm.
So he thought a prequel to that would be a copper. Yeah. Makes more sense. Yep.
Is there a USS Einstein? Probably.
There is in JJ, Einstein class.
Ah, there you go.
Armstrong class. But again, parallel universe. Yeah. Galileo class.
Copernicus. Boom. There you go. Shuttles were named after people very early on. The Galileo, the Copernicus. Yeah.
Yeah.
The premiere for season 8 was okay, but the novels are better. The USS Samuel Foley. That's odd. How about the Stuart Cockings?
Samuel Foley sounds better because my surname's worse. I've said before, your name works fine as a ship name. Cockings obviously doesn't.
Well, you think so, but other people don't agree with you. That's okay.
Fine.
The Hawking, the Gagarin. Yeah, the Gagarin.
Well,
the Saladin. Hey, the Saladin. I think that's yeah.
No idea. But that's the thing. Is what I mean. What was the very first one?
Yeah. Well, we'd have to do some research because that's an interesting question for sure.
Yeah.
So
back to the Emmett Till. Stuart, do you want to bring the picture back up?
It is up.
Oh, sorry. Let me look at that for a second. Yeah.
And we've been talking about it. We've been talking about the names, so we're not off topic.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
No. I just it's good to refocus for a sec.
Yeah, we got about 12 minutes left, I think, for the 2-hour mark. So if you guys want to super chat, if you guys want to super chat and get some more animations, go ahead.
More questions before we end off today. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the Discovery revealed concept pictures, which will tell a slightly different story to the evolution of the Discovery.
The Discovery Enterprise,
This is early, and John wouldn't draw everything, but this picture on the screen has a lot less windows than you'd expect a ship of its size, or potential size. We don't know its size, but
yeah,
it's very windowless.
And like a razor's edge along the edge. It doesn't have the slanted in or the slanted out at all. It's just got a which is neat.
Yeah.
I do like the shuttle bay up front here, like the Akira class. That's very cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he said we hadn't really seen that before, so he did it. That's literally what he said.
Yep.
And it's fine. I mean, it'd be great if it was a through deck. You know,
A through
even
deck
if
to
it-
the
no.
secondary hull.
no, just through deck out the other side.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
just the other doors are more like armored, and it's not designed to be a through deck until you need it. So it like opens up, and then, but it wouldn't be like literally through. You have to go around because the middle has to have turrets and stuff. Because then it could be like a you warp in, shuttles launch, and have to get in quickly. I don't know. I don't know what the function is of the ship. Okay, Stuart, there you go. Using our professional Trek knowledge, what do you think the function is of the ship, the mission profile?
Of this?
And do you want to go to the later authors as well, because it's a bit more of a dimensional feel, or even the 3 shots, because that again gives more angles, whichever you think is more appropriate. What could again? I don't know if they've even thought it through yet. I know John hasn't particularly, but what would you say?
That its mission profile is.
Yeah. What does it allude to?
Oh man.
Uh-huh.
I almost want to say like a carrier. If there is that shuttle bay up the front, there's also one at the back, which looks like a standard shuttle bay, but the other one looks like a wide hangared one. So either for launching multiple fighters, or if you don't want to do fighters, some kind of colonization vessel, or at least resupply ship for far colonies, maybe.
What if? Because you got to think Ezra as well. She's a very empathy character.
Yes.
Very kind. And I know they said that Bashir's her chief medical officer.
Was also her husband, probably.
Yeah, I like them as a couple. I was always for that. No, I think that design, the 3 views, what I see then, 4 nacelles means theoretically faster, stable warp drive. I see the two neck struts, neck pylon. No, what am I looking for?
Neck. Sure, dorsal detachment.
2 necks.
Thing.
There you go, 2 necks. As a easy source separation. And you're right, the shuttle bay or the launch deck, so it doesn't. You're right. The style's different to each. So that. What if it is a ship that's designed to get to a place of need quickly? Tick nacelles, launch support vehicles from the front hangar, which is easily launchable, and it's designed to then split, and the saucer can land to be a mobile support center if need be.
I'd be down.
So quick support vessel.
I'd be down for that.
And it would fit in with Ezri's vibe. She's got a very good medical officer. She's empathetic. Be a decent mission profile.
It should have been named the USS You Need a Hug. Because I never saw her being on the command track to be a captain. Just doesn't suit her character.
No, it
suits Jadzia and Dax's character, but not Ezri's. And of course, they could have had more influence. Like Dax symbiote could have had more influence later on as well. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, does everyone need to be a captain of a starship? I mean, what's the point in being? What are you really gaining by being a captain?
A lot of paperwork.
Yeah, a lot of responsibility. You've got to make commands. You'll get missions you don't want. Whereas, you want to be a doctor, you want to be an engineer. Scotty would never be a captain of a ship. You know what I mean? There's not anything for him in that. Geordie was a captain of a ship. But that's because they had him as a cameo. I don't know if I see Geordie as a captain. Kim makes sense as a captain.
Yes.
Paris wouldn't. Tuvok, I think, would actually, but like an odd assignment sort of ship. Obviously, second in commands, yes, like Chakotay, not Riker. But I mean, Crush is never going to be. Well, I guess she was a captain of a medical ship. Well, yeah. Never be. But that's literally a medical ship. It's a ship that got blown up very easily.
Maybe this is a counselor ship full of counselors So when there's a massacre, a far outpost, they can deliver a bunch of counselors en masse to take care of all the colonists and make sure
And
that
that's
they're.
why the shuttle's there, because it's got a 65% counselor crew. They beam them down, the maximum beam
Well,
population, and shuttles. So
a lot of people that would be in shock after a disaster might be afraid of the transporter, and they got phobia, so they're going to take the shuttle.
Yep.
Like McCoy, he doesn't want to be.
Stuart, it's the only ship that can deliver 430 counselors in less than 10 minutes. That's what it was designed for. Very specific role.
Oh, Car Galaxy Studio says, that's what I said. Counselors are us. Sorry, you must have missed that.
Yeah.
That's why super chats are important if you want to get your thing noticed. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry we're missing stuff, but the USS Vic Colley. Whoa, that's pissing some people off. So yeah.
Last few super chats, guys.
Yeah, there's some more animations. Well, there's a lot of animations I could pick from. So,
any last thoughts, really? But yeah. Command path is a weird one, because then at some point though is it not so much about command, it's about using your expertise. Crusher never necessarily struck me as a command officer, but her enhanced medical knowledge or experience means that she could lead a medical team very effectively. And what better than to give her a medical ship, which is basically just a hospital in space. So what better to captain an engineer dedicated ship than Geordie, because he is, what better captain to an engineer than an engineer? You wouldn't pick a captain that likes war or exploration, you'd pick an engineer. So while he might not like the idea of command, a department head for 7 years can certainly command a personal crew, his own crew of engineers. And if you just make the ship an engineer tugboat thing, then you could do that. So yeah, counselling ship to a support ship, a relief ship, a ship where you need to help people in a much more direct one-to-one way, then it makes sense that Ezri and Bashir would be on, just like Worf. Quantums and more quantums,
Hey Captain Commander, when is Horizon Part 2 episode showing?
Tomorrow.
Good time to ask and a great time to answer. Tomorrow.
Because it's Wednesday and Wednesday. We have a very...
And last week we screwed
formula.
up. Yeah, last week we screwed up because we had one, slated and scheduled to be released. So we got bonus mission briefings last week because we snuck the Horizon in there and forgot the other one was scheduled. So you're welcome.
Yep.
Of course, there has to be at least one.
So something's
Starship
bleeping for you,
crew.
Stuart. You're getting someone's getting vum 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 vum. I think it's your phone or something.
No.
Heavily going vum 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 vum. Stop now, but it's weird.
When I was hitting the table.
Dunno. You're just going vum 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 vum.
But I'm not.
Not now. Comments on things. Oh yeah, Brandon Gross. Live model build coming, Stuart? Question mark.
I would say watch my captain's log this Friday for a possible answer to this. See, the model table's cleared off now. There's, just saying. Yeah, definitely watch on Friday my captain's log. But we are going to get going in 2 minutes, guys. So if you want to throw in another super chat, it'd be greatly appreciated, I'm sure.
Can we get $20 more, guys? $20 more, we can leave a nice... No, it's always good, because it's, we know we had a certain yay figure. Hey, Scottish
Trekkie is here. Hello, guys.
Mr. Trekkie.
Captain George still here, pimping out all of our social media. So I think we should make him head of social media like Anti-Trekker did. Maybe he'll actually do his job. Michael Parker throws in $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Michael.
Thank you so much.
Hey guys, remember the Cobering Freighter Rachmanus from DSN? I'm so confused.
No idea. Let me Google it.
The Coberian Freighter.
Oh, okay. The Rachmaninoff was a Kiberian freighter
from Deep Space Nine.
Yep, the very poor Kit Bash. Well, no, that's just one of the better Kit Bashes. What about it?
And we got another
We
dollar
do remember it.
super chat from Ernest. I don't remember it. I'll have to take a look. I'll remember it when I see it.
Thank you.
But Ernest Strickland put in another $1. I will look this up so everybody else can see what we're talking about.
There's an Enterprise F in Star Trek Online already. Yes, but it's not canon. It's just licensed.
Well,
Somebody using any.
I was going to say, somebody asked earlier in the chat, and I was going to mention it, but I forgot. Would we want to see any Star Trek Online ships in the Picard show?
That's a very broad question, though, because there's like 3,000 ships in stow. I mean, yes, probably, but the problem is, again, once you set you need to have a defined look for a series. So if you're pimping, in the Picard show 2400s, a new warp coil was invented. It's super thin, super amazing, and now glows slightly purple. And then we see something ship that has green nacelles, like, and there's this one ship from Stowe, designed 3 years ago to be in a game. You know what I mean? It needs to connect. But influences maybe. Possibly there's so many.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's a licensing thing because do you have to pay the designer in Stowe? Does CBS actually own the ship design?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a few of them, but yeah.
Inspirations, certainly.
Yes. Again, Star Trek Online isn't really canon. It is side canon. It's licensed, but we don't want to shoehorn. We don't want to shoehorn something else into an existing timeline. That's my problem. Like putting Discovery between Enterprise and TOS, where we kind of know basically what has happened. It makes their job a lot harder. And if you're going to take into account all the events of Star Trek Online for the Picard series, you've got a lot to fall in line to make sure that works without breaking canon again. So the captain wants out of here, laughing my ass off. Well, yeah, my ass is sore. I've been at this desk all day editing and doing other stuff, and I love you guys, but the wife's going to be home soon. I got to make food and survive, but
and I finished dinner about 3 minutes before I came on this live, so
there you go.
Yeah. So it's $14 more, guys. $14 more. Look at the Emmett Till. It's funny. I was just always trying to sketch a TOS ship, and it's tricky to post TNG is something more interesting because you can use a lot more shapes. You could have perfectly cylindrical nacelles in post TNG and justify it in some cool ways. TOS is a bit more limiting. Especially since I'm a canonista, I can't reboot the look either because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
it's tricky. If I'm trying to design a TOS ship, can't change the wheel because it's canon, that top view is still great. It has a lot more.
That's what you should do. They're talking about garbage scows in the chat. You should design a TOS garbage scow.
Well, that's just the Connie, isn't it?
Oh, all right. I'm gonna send everybody your personal phone number and your home address. You guys can all go kick Samuel's ass. Here, I'll put it in the chat.
I'm just referencing.
I know you are. I'm just messing with you.
A Klingon, who then was a Q, sort of. Was that not Trelane? No, his second in command was Trelane.
No, the captain was Trelane, but the one that said it was a garbage scow was like...
Yes.
Yeah.
Mostly right.
Yeah.
How dare you? Kill Commander!
The commander is just telling the truth. Captain George! Well, he's a Star Wars fan, so you can't blame him for being dumb.
Time for the commander to go down with his ship. No, my ship will never go down so fast! I can outmaneuver Stuart. Oh, God, I could outmaneuver the Foley class like in its sleep, couldn't I?
Yeah, you could.
I should do an animation of just them flying together, just like...
I have to start court-martialing now, according to Neff, because Scotty started a brawl for that, so...
True. Well, Stuart, you can try my quantum launcher, I've got a ship now, Stuart. You can't just attack me in your ship.
My ship is
Yeah, we
two
could-
ships when it separates, my friend.
Actually, do you think we could Indiegogo like just a battle between the two ships? Trekyards fans donate to see a battle between the two ships.
We'd have to. Yeah.
It won't go well, Stuart.
It'll be fine. I'll use the Foley maneuver.
What's the Foley maneuver?
You don't know, and that's the wonderful thing about it.
Da, 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 he's coming for the horizon. Da, 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 da. I think
Yikes!
it's funny,
That
right?
insult actually hurt me. Oh, I'm sorry, Captain George.
It's a good line from the 60s.
I got a good joke for you, though. I mean, to make you feel better, and kind of relates to your injury. What do you put on a injured pumpkin?
A better joke.
A pumpkin patch.
He is the reason you watch Trekyards. None of you are really Trek fans. You like the sense of humor, the class.
Yes. Foley maneuver. The 3 nacelles split into 6. Dun dun dun.
That's a,
I'll never tell. All right, so I don't think we're gonna get our $14, and that's cool. I should get going, and
yes. I have more stuff to do as well. Dad jokes now. Yeah, it's always about dad jokes.
oh yeah,
It's, I just class them as comedy. Like it's just style rather than.
have you
No,
not watched Trekyards, CD Horde or C Cord, whatever your
You're
name
even a
is?
fan.
Because there's dad jokes in every episode. Do you even Trekyards, bro? That's not really a dad
Stuart,
joke. That's too modern, I guess.
Stuart, do you Trekyards?
I do
bro?
Trekyards. I Trekyards daily.
Yeah. Speaking of, bonus episode tomorrow, guys, on the Discovery Prize new concept art,
Yes.
and we are going to look at that again in another live because we're theming lives for these 3 days. Really successful live today, I think.
It was fun, guys.
a lot
Thank you
of
for
fun.
everybody that commented and everybody that donated. Thank you very much.
You know,
And-
being a ship helps.
Yeah. And tomorrow,
So cool.
like you said, there's a bonus episode talking about the final concept that left John Eaves' hands before it got changed.
Yep.
And we're going to have a live afterwards, same time as today, talking about the episode. So watch the episode and then tune in for the live if you can.
Ironically, that means you get 2 mission briefings. Again.
Which is fine. They love us.
Yeah.
My chair is squeaky. I miss my old chair. This is my old chair.
Oh, it's funny. The Horizon has 6,900 views in a week, and the Roman 3 Dreadnought has 6,300. Both done well, but mine does beat it out.
Well, look up the Foley class one that I did, like, however long ago. See how many views it has.
Wasn't that not live? But
It wasn't a live, it was a captain's log.
Yeah.
I think it's got 13,000 views.
Ooh. Maybe we should get Barry to some beauty renders like I did, and then do a.
Well, I want
mission
you to
briefing
do
on
beauty
that.
renders.
Well, yes, but we've got to get the model done.
Yes, we need to build a good model, which means I need to pay money.
Yes.
But that's fine.
But it's the same guys built the Horizon, and you guys can see the quality of that. I'm really excited.
Are you looking up the Foley class? I guess you're not. I will.
No, I did. I thought I found the episode. Yeah.
How many
I
views?
didn't sound. Oh, sorry.
How many views?
Oh, I just saw the thumbnail. I was like, yes, that's it. Didn't actually look anything else.
Oh, I will find out because I.
Oh, that's the whole reason for looking. What a dumb person I can be. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Guys, I'm smart.
He makes it go. He makes Trekyards go.
Yeah. Stuart's the real smart one, but I make things go. You're the LaForge, and I'm the. No, wait. No, that's no pack analogy works for anybody.
No.
It's just bad. $5 more, guys, and we can go. 'Cause why not? And I did do a sketch. Can you see through paper? Look. Can you see through a paper strip? You can see a very slight indent.
It looks like a polar bear in a snowstorm.
Yeah, I like that. So I have 2 ideas for Connie part designs.
The new dreadnought on the block, the Foley class captain's log from March 10th, 2017, has 18,908 views.
Nice.
So there. I'll put a link in the description because I know everyone wants to watch it now.
Restaurant
Or in
Riviera.
the chat. I mean.
No.
Robert Hayes, interesting question. Well, comment, but do you think ship name should only be one word?
Originally, yeah, that's what I thought for the longest time when I was younger. Then you'd hear the odd one like, whatever. I had one on the tip of my tongue. Like USS Crazy Horse, and I'd be like, that doesn't make any sense. Why is it two? But, it's named after
crazy.
a person, so, yeah. All right, so here's the link to the Foley class episode-ish. It's not really an episode, it's just Captain's Log, but there it is in the chat, so.
Yeah. It's funny. Just one more thing. The whole point of that Horizons had a concept. My TMP ship was a specific form, follows, function ship design. I don't know if I can design a TOS ship without a specific reason for a design.
Have it be a heavy cruiser or an escort for a heavy cruiser. Think of something simple as far as.
The same thing with Romulan. Like I had designed Romulan, I have designed drone for one thing. Like everything has a reason. Now I don't know. It needs to have a reason for a thing. I don't want to do the bigger is better approach.
We will come back at some point and do a whole 2-hour live where the people that super chat get to tell us what to make the ship, what class, what mission profile, what name, how many nacelles, and we have to design it within reason.
Oh, no, Stuart, don't give them that.
Within reason. It's got to be under 5.
30.
Under 5. But anyway, we'll set up the rules for that later.
Hey, come on, don't be a dick. Come on. Horizon gets 6/8. It's totally justified. It would look boring. I think it would actually look more boring without the alternates, because they're there.
Anyway, Sylvia's home. I'm calling this done, closed. Bye, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. It was a very good stream, very fun. Tomorrow will be the same. And so check out the episode released around noon tomorrow, and then check out the live at 5 Eastern Standard Time and join us for the discussion.
Boom, boom, boom.
And all that. Bye, guys.
Good night, guys.